All right, everyone, welcome to the third week in a row of Market Trends. I am your host, Andy Hamilton.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
We gave away $20 to the SFL shop last week to the winner, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to be vying for that prize this week. I don't know if it'll be the same or if it'll be different, but
I need a new Skyhawk shirt, so I'm thinking if I can give you guys the right picks, hopefully I'll have the right picks, and we'll be able to get this thing going.
Hey guys, just wanted to step in here and let you know that I was the winner for last week. Went ahead and picked up my SFL gear. So if you keep watching Market Trends, pick some of these players, you might end up on top as well. Enjoy week 3. And today, as always, we're going to bring you the best fantasy news that we can. I got with me my co-host. We'll send it over to him.
Matt, quarterback for the Los Angeles Sharks and the face of the franchise. How you guys doing today?
Matt South. And then today, as always, we got a great guest with us, the man, the head coach, the face of the Houston Hyenas. We got Demond. Demond, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, man. As long as I wake up, move all limbs, I'm good to go.
There you go, man. Demond, we'll update you guys a little bit to start off with how each of our teams are doing. We haven't touched on it, but now that we're getting into the season, Matt picked up his first win today. So, Matt, congratulations to you, buddy.
Congrats, Matty Matt.
Is that your first starting SFL win? You were a generic last season, but I think that's your first win as a star. So that's pretty big, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Demond was in action this weekend. Unfortunately, after a great game, fell to 0-1, but I'm sure he'll get right back up on the horse.
There we go.
Another one bites the dust. Man, you know? Yeah, we kick Santa Fe's butt the first half every game, and they come back and steal it. Kudos to them. I mean, not Santa Fe, Mexico City. Kudos to them.
Right.
You know, to Mexico City and that staff over there. I know you guys game plan hard, and you guys came out on top. So that, you know what that means. Back to the drawing board for Houston. You know, it's going to be a hard, tough week this week. Hey, you can't have 2 in a row. No 2 L's in a row.
I'm sure if anyone could get him back on track, it's Demond, man. Carolina, I don't know if either of you guys watched that game. I'll call us the Seattle Seahawks of the SFL. Ball on the 2-yard line. I got 12 seconds left, and I throw 4 pass plays, and we get picked off on the last one as time expires. So what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Matt, do you want to start, or should I start this week?
I'll start. I don't care to.
Take it, Matt.
All right, I got the Tallahassee linebacker Bones Malone, man. He is 13 tackles a game, second in the SFL, tied for second. He has 4.5 more tackles a game than Dylan Rowland, and he is only a bronze linebacker, so he's going to be pretty cheap. So I think he's going to get plenty of fantasy points this week.
There you go, Bones Malone. Demond, what do you got, man? You got something for us?
You know what, man? I'm gonna go with Aaron the Arrington, man. Cornerback, Santa Fe. Mexico City Aztecs. Hey, after having that guy on my team for 2 years and knowing what he can do and what he did to us last night, you know, as far as getting the interception, I tip my hat off to that young man there. You know, he's a very hard-working individual. And he made plays, man, whether it's pass deflections or so, you know, he's always in the mix, man. Dude came up big in the playoffs 2 seasons ago against Louisville. So, yeah, why not, you know?
Sure, he's going to be taking on the pass-heavy Dallas Roughnecks, so I could see him getting a lot of action. The question will be whether he can stand up to it or not.
Exactly.
For my first pick, I'm definitely going to go with a guy who's should be getting a lot of action. I'm going with the linebacker from Atlanta. Coming off a bye week, I'm going with Aquantis Shine. He's only $2,700, so he's low there on the fantasy pricing. Tallahassee just ran all over Carolina. I think J. Cal McKim might have had 3 or 4 touchdowns. So Aquantis Shine's going to be busy. I think he's going to be all over the field. So we'll definitely see a lot of him, and hopefully he'll be able to stand up against Tallahassee and make some tackles, man. Matt, I think we're back to you.
I'm sorry, Andy. I really am. I don't mean to do this to you 2 weeks in a row. But I got Andrew Rastelli playing against the 14th ranked pass defense this week in the Carolina Skyhawks. I mean, Baltimore offense, we all know he's a pass-heavy guy. 53 attempts last game, 71% completion rate. So I think he's going to throw a lot against the Carolina defense, and I think he's going to be successful. And he's only a silver, so he's going to be decently cheap.
I want to point out that the last time you picked a quarterback, we picked him off twice. Just saying. I'm just saying. Demond, you're up, man. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the co-host. I'm gonna go with Matt.
Ooh.
The Sharks playing against Alaska Storm, man. You know, Alaska didn't show up last week versus Dallas. You know, so I think Matt can come in and make some things happen for that LA Sharks offense. So, I'm gonna go with Matthew South, man. You know, so why not? You know,
Demond, just because I made fun of him in the last show doesn't mean you gotta pick him to try and boost his ego here and make him feel better. He's a big boy. He'll be all right.
That's right.
Hey, I'm looking at the matchup. You know, Alaska couldn't stop the pass last week, and I know that.
That's true. That was a very pass-heavy Dallas attack that hit him. So we'll have to see how they adjust to the Sharks. I'm sure Matt's coach, Mr. Bose, would love to get him more involved with it. All right, so it's my turn. And Demond, we were just talking about your matchup against Las Vegas, but I hate to do this to you, man. I really do. But I'm going with David Overstreet, man, the big man with 4 abilities as a gold. He's under 9,000, might be a little bit forgotten coming off a bye week. He's down to 8,748, I believe. So should be a pretty good value, and we'll see if Houston can stop him, man. I mean, he looked pretty solid in the first matchup, but who knows? You never know, but I think coming off a bye, he might be a decent sleeper for the week. So David Overstreet, the halfback for Las Vegas, will get my second pick.
I have 2 words for you, Andy. Matthew Boozer.
Matthew Boozer, there you go. I would love to see Matthew Boozer have a good week, man. I'd love it. Some linebackers, man. We need more good linebackers for fantasy football. Well, let's head to another Matt. We'll head to Matt South, man. Who you not picking this week?
I am not taking Marcus Bose.
Marcus Bose, a halfback for Queen City, right?
Yes, sir.
Taking on Sioux Falls.
Ooh, man, he's playing a heavily defensive Sioux Falls. I mean,
good point.
9 players. 3 of them are linebackers. One of them's a defensive end. I mean, Sioux Falls is 3rd in total defense. You know, I'm just saying the top, one of the leading rushers in week 2, or the leading rusher, I believe it was, in week 2, Marcus Bose, is going to get stopped this week playing against Sioux Falls.
Fair point. Fair point. All right, Demond, man. Who do you not have this week?
Who do I not have?
Yeah, who are you not taking? Who would you stay away from?
Paul does have a nice defense over there, but his offense needs some work. Yeah, I would stay away from that offense.
Oh, so staying away from the Alaska offense this week. That's a interesting one against the LA defense. I mean,
I'm staying.
Well, and it's a good thought. I mean, one that we haven't talked about, or that we're not going to mention either. I mean, Max Paul coming over from Alaska, but Kyle Walsh heading over to LA.
That's a monster pickup for us. I mean,
so that I think that's
in
a
the
good
league
pick,
just as long as anybody else.
A weaker defense, or a weaker offense, versus a stronger defense. We'll see what comes of that matchup come week 3. I'm gonna stick with Matt here and go for that matchup of Queen City Sioux Falls. I'm not taking Jesus Salvador, the strong safety for Queen City. They got no cornerbacks, not one over there, and they're going against Sioux Falls, who has no running backs. So Jesus Salvador is gonna get hit with a lot of passes. The question will be whether he can handle them or not. I think Jennings and Jalen Miller over there are gonna kind of handle that one. He's worth 5,975. So I would stay as far away from Jesus Salvador as I could this week if I were fantasy owners. And so with that, we can make it down to our game picks for the week. So I'm gonna go through how we did last week, right? So last week our guest was Mike Osai. He went 4-2, bringing the guest total to 6-6, which is 500. Matt fell off his perch and also went 4-2, bringing his total to 7-5, which is a percentage of 583, as you can see on the screen now. And I won last week. I went 5-1. 5-1, bringing my total to 6-6, and my total percentage to 500. So we're in a very tight race. And
yeah, I was a little disappointed that you guys all picked against Houston, but hey, good pick by the way, though.
Sorry, Demond, I gotta do what I gotta do, man.
I understand.
But again, tight race. I mean, one game separates the three components on this screen right now. So we're gonna have to, Demond, you're gonna have to put on for the guest team here and give them the best record that we can. All right, so the first game, we got Dallas heading down across the border to Mexico City to take on the Aztecs. I'm going Mexico City. Matt, who do you got?
I got Mexico City.
Demond.
Lone Star State, Dallas.
He's going with Dallas. All right.
Look at Matt.
Demond, break this down, man. This is you.
Oh man, that high power offense over there in Dallas, man, is unbelievable. You know, I'm not sure if Mexico City has the defense really to stop the run after seeing what happened with them against Houston, where Houston ran the ball all over them. You know, let's not forget about Mike Davis. You know, the guy can run the ball downhill. You know, so I look forward to Dallas pretty much coming in balanced this week. Not so much as far as high powering towards the pass, but pretty much balanced, getting Mike Davis a little bit more involved into the offense and see what he can do as far as leading that team against Santa Fe. You know, which they do have a nice defense. I mean, nice offense, which their offense is nice, very high power. But Dallas has a real strong defense as well. Let's not forget about T. Campbell. That dude there is really awesome.
Yeah, he is really, yeah.
Man, you know, at the DN spot. So look for him to put pressure on Matt Wilson, but they have to do it a little bit more consistent than what Houston did in the second half. You have to beat Mexico City in the second half of games.
Sure. Fair enough. All right, second game, Queen City heading to Sioux Falls to take on the Sparrows, who fell last week to Baltimore. I'm going to go ahead and take Sioux Falls. Matt, who you got?
I also have Sioux Falls.
All right, Demond?
I'm going to go ahead and jump on the bandwagon. Swing City, man.
Swing City gets a swing and sweep of the Corsairs. Matt, that's going to you, buddy.
I mean, you know, their offense heavily depends upon Marcus Bose having a good game, and I just don't see it happening with 3 linebackers and a defensive end and the third total defense in the league. So no offense to Marcus Bose and no offense to Doug, but I do think Marcus is going to get shut down this week with 9 defensive players on that roster, or on that star roster. I just think it's going to happen.
Fair enough. Matt, you got to take into account, though, Johnny English, 100 and something yards on the... I'm always going to bring the Skyhawks into it, man. I got nothing else. All right, fair enough. We'll head to the third matchup. Atlanta heading down to the Pride. A battle of 2 undefeateds. I'm going Tallahassee. Matt, who you got?
Tallahassee.
Demond.
Let's go ahead and call it a full flush. Tallahassee.
The Pride are squeaking through, holding their pride, while Atlanta would potentially fall to 1-1. This is me. Okay, 2 undefeateds. Here we go. Atlanta week 1 blows out Baltimore. Well, blowout's probably the wrong word. Atlanta beats Baltimore in week 1, and Tallahassee has come through Carolina. They've come through St. Louis. Both of those 2 teams are still winless in this season. So Tallahassee still kind of has something to prove. If you watch the Tallahassee-Carolina game, Carolina was in it until the very last play. Atlanta, on the other hand, coming off a bye. They've had plenty of paperwork to scout on Tallahassee, watch what they're doing. But I think the Tallahassee offense, man, is too much for this Atlanta defense. I think Tallahassee takes this one, and they remain undefeated and potentially move to the top of the power rankings. All right, fourth matchup, Baltimore heading to Carolina for Carolina's home opener, taking on the Skyhawks. You guys know who I got. I got the boys in red and blue. Matt.
I got Baltimore.
Demond, it's you.
Sorry about that, Matt. Yeah, I'm going with Baltimore, man. The guys in red, black, and white, man. You know.
You guys will see one of these days. One of these days. Demond, this one's you, man.
Baltimore, Carolina, man. Carolina looked good last night. You know, I really would like to see Carolina continue to use English to the best of his abilities. You know, hit him outside, hit him up the middle. So that's a big guy. You know, you gotta beat Baltimore up the middle against that defense. To my understanding, Baltimore only has one linebacker. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think so.
Yeah, one linebacker up the, you know, sitting back there.
But he's a gold.
Beat him up. Beat him up, man.
It's a fair
You know,
point.
but I'm taking Baltimore, man, due to the experience of the one and only TJ Cagg, SFL.
Ooh.
You know, very mastermind guy on the defense and offense side of the ball. So that's my reason.
Citing the experience. Fair enough, Demond. Fair enough. Well, there's quick time for payback because we're coming up to your game. We got Las Vegas heading to Houston to take on the Hyenas. I'll waste no time. I'll go with Las Vegas. Matt, what about you?
I got Houston.
All right, Demond, I assume you're going to take Houston.
Hey, I have Houston. Sorry for you, Andy. But you're gonna listen to this.
That's fine. We'll see whose record shows what at the end of the next week, buddy. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being the odd man out. Matt, this one's you.
Oh man, Houston, 502 yards is what that DaxStat said. The second total defense, and Las Vegas is the first total defense, but I mean they really lack on the offensive side of the ball in the, I think it was the 8th ranked, or maybe it was 8th ranked. No, I'm sorry, 10th ranked rushing offense per game, only at 76 yards a game. And that's just going to kill them in the end against Houston. I think Houston's going to just beat the crap out of them with their offense, and they're going to stop them on defense.
Say what you want, man. Mario Savage.
Okay.
I got my hope in Mario Savage, man. I think he'll surprise some people this year. Might not be this week. Mark my words. Las Vegas will be decent. Final matchup. This one, Demond, we can get Matt here if we're careful. We got Alaska heading from the cold down to the warmth of LA to take on the Sharks. Sharks got their first win last week. I'm going to go ahead and pick them to have a second win next week. Matt, who you got?
I got Los Angeles. What kind of question is that?
Demond, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andy. I have Los Angeles in this one, man.
Hey, don't say sorry to me. You're going to have to say sorry to Max, man.
Hey, man, hey. You know, I know you wanted somebody to ride your coattail and jump on your back. but hey. But no. All in serious, I'm going with LA on this one, man. The Alaska defense, man, just scares me. I mean, offense just scares me, man. You know, you have to put points on the board in this league. You see teams are averaging 30, 40. Somebody had 50 points, you know?
Tallahassee.
It was Queen City. Queen City had 55 points, Matt. I hire you for this show. You can't even get your stats right. This is ridiculous, man.
Tallahassee had it. What do you, I mean, okay,
Look,
sorry.
what is on that clipboard? What's on there? I just have the one question. What is on that clipboard?
I couldn't find the clipboard, so I'm stuck using the girly little notebook.
It's not game scores. That's it, for sure. Tallahassee had 31. 31.
Oh, man, I love you guys.
Still against Carolina, though. I mean,
we had 24. All right. We got to end this show before I come through this computer and I just rip Matt's head off, man. I had big things coming for Matt. All right. We got to do one last thing. So, we got one last thing just to look out for in week 3. It can be about your own team. It could be about yourself, Matt. It could be about whatever you want. So, Matt, go ahead and get us started. One last thing.
I guess if it's going to be about my own team, it's got to be that Kyle Walsh-led defense. I mean, Max Paul's offense, nothing against the guy, great guy, but he's not the greatest offense in the world. But so I'm taking Kyle Walsh's defense to stop Max Paul this week.
Demond, one last thing, buddy. What you got?
Oh man, I gotta go with Houston. I gotta talk about my own team, man. You know, we had a very disappointing second half against Mexico City. We threw 5 interceptions in one half of football, dude. 5 interceptions. That is totally unbelievable. Totally not acceptable. But so look for a more not complex, but a more simplified offense. That's pretty much I always try to talk about. Is we want to have something that's a little bit more simple out there on the field. Nothing too, you can't get into that Rob Ryan stuff. He's trying to confuse everybody. So, so look for that though, man. And look to try to stay, not get into a more conservative offense in the second half. It's pretty much I know what my team loves to do once we get to leads, but I want to smash the gas.
All right, fair enough. For my one last thing, I'm going to talk about a team that's not even in the league anymore. I'm going to talk about Minneapolis for a second, all right? Hear me out. T-Pack goes to Tallahassee, right? I'm going to build a web here. You guys got to follow me on this one. T-Pack goes from Minneapolis with the championship, goes to Tallahassee, right? Okay? Mm-hmm. Then he's going to play Carolina last week, right? So Carolina, and then Carolina gets defeated by Tallahassee, right? Very close game. Lost by 7. I want to go back to the Maulers last season. Tell me, in their first 2 games, how did they lose?
I wasn't here for that.
I want to say their first 2 games they lost at the last couple of minutes. I mean, second of minute.
One was in overtime. One was a blowout. Carolina's first 2 games, right? One was close. One was a blowout. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's time. I'm just saying. I'm just drawing comparisons to what I see, man. I'm just saying.
That's a good stat.
Look, I got my Belichick hoodie on with my sleeves up. I'm over here with a clipboard drawing stuff, getting the scores of the games right. So you never know what can happen. You never know.
Since you're throwing out a stat, hey, let's go back 2 seasons ago. Louisville. They lost the first game of the season. Houston lost their first game of the season. Louisville ran on and win 12 games, 11 games in a row. Hey, we might run the table. You never know.
Just saying. Yeah, exactly. It's not impossible. Look out for Carolina, man. We're coming. We're coming.
I hear you, buddy.
Hey, week 4, Matt, I'm coming for you, buddy. I might switch over and help Shane with the defense a little bit just so I can break your collarbone.
Oh, man.
It's right here. It's right here if you want to come get it.
That's what I'm aiming for, man. All right, let's get out of here before I just rip into Matt for the rest of the show. Week 3, market trends. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Later.
Peace.